riding down the
yeah.
highway, rolling to your city. Here we are.
Life is a highway. I'm gonna get us a copyright.
Yeah.
Because I sing
and especially
it perfectly.
right in the beginning. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
We're getting wild on this
Hello,
live
John,
stream.
Maven, Martin, Cuba, Med, Data, Rufotris, Camelogene. I'm not getting all these right. Nigerian landowner, Michael Brown, Cuba Med. What's up? What's up, Milwaukee? What's up?
Hello to one and all. Hello to one and all. What is up? How you doing? Where are y'all from? What are you feeling? What's your
ASL,
emotional
how we
status
doing?
now?
What's up, Pav? What's up, Fid? What's up, Khaled? What's up, Don? Alex? Thank y'all so much for joining us. John Baker, it is us.
Hi,
thank you
Data
all.
Gaprindashvili.
We have a couple of reasons for hopping on today. One is a very fun Patreon exclusive stream we're going to do after this that we'll tell you all about. Two is it's the end of our June Patreon drive, and we wanted to thank you all. We've gotten incredible support this month. The Patreon, tripled, maybe, I want to say, in support. The initial marathon was incredible. We've had so much other fun stuff throughout the month there and here. We hope you've been enjoying all of that. And then the other fun thing that might just happen on the stream is we're almost at 400K subs, which was a wild, just like full coincidence.
Is that lining up?
Is that
what
lining
is that
up?
all
You
about?
keep an eye on that. I don't have that up anywhere.
Unreal.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'll see if I can pull that up. Here.
Listen, YouTube gamifies itself and the numbers and the benchmarks and the whatever, and it shouldn't matter, and it mostly doesn't matter, but it's pretty cool to see a number and get to pause and say, that's a lot of people who have supported us, who are checking out our stuff, who are saying they like our stuff enough to click a button one time. That is awesome feeling.
There's a reason, and it's interesting. Maybe I'm getting too philosophical here, but I'm curious what it is in the human brain that says the round number benchmarks feel like so much.
We
like,
could
why
right
can't
now
we just decide
celebrate
399,462,
which is Chris's phone number. Sorry to dox, but that is Chris's phone number.
Yeah,
so that's cool.
and my social security number
and your
Total
social.
coincidence.
What a lineup that was!
Total coincidence.
What a sync up.
Yeah.
No, but there is something nice about round numbers, and we think we're gonna potentially hit one sometime today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know.
That would be unbelievable. But just to echo Jack's sentiments, we've had such a great time meeting all kinds of new folks, all kinds of new patrons. We've really been trying our best to be very active over there, and we're going to be doing a huge capper to this month by having our friends Zach Reno, Shannon Barry, Dom Farah pop over onto our Patreon right after this. At 1 o'clock, we're going to do a TTRPG hosted by our buddy Robert Hartley of
Viva La Dirt League.
Play testing a top secret video game. That sketch we made, he created a TTRPG that we're going to all play. We have no idea what's going to happen.
We don't know what this is. A while ago when we were releasing that sketch and the video game that was created around it, shout out Nick Thomas Juggler in chat who created that game.
Yes.
While we were doing that and having Patreon chats, a lot of very fun stuff happens in our Patreon live streams. One of them was Robert saying, hi, I would like to do this. I would like to create this for you if you're down. We've said yes to that. We don't know what it is. We don't know what that means. We're very excited to find out. We're having Zach and Shannon and Dom, who all appeared. Shannon secretly appeared as one of the wraiths at the end. All appeared in our most recent sketch. That was sort of had some DNA of like sort of a D&D campaign type of sketch. We were like, why don't we have the friends from that come play this other TTRPG thing that we don't know what it means. We're trying it out. But super fun. People we'll just all get on and we'll play that. That's on Patreon today.
So if you've been on the bubble and considering joining us over there, any paid member can come in and join us for that insanity.
Yes. And if you don't know how Patreon works, by the way, it's a month from whenever you're signing up, you're paying for a month. It's a month from whenever you sign up. So if there's any fear about like, oh, it's June 27th, I'm going to get double charged on July 1st. Don't worry about that. We're pretty sure. There's all the stuff
We are sure.
We're
We
sure.
are
We're
sure.
sure.
We
We're
do
sure.
know this.
Here's all the stuff you get: monthly live streams, early access to new sketches. We're releasing 2 sketches a month. Whenever we do, there's early access on Patreon. There's deleted scenes. There's outtakes. There's director's commentaries all around each of those sketches. So you get that whole bunch of stuff twice a month. And there's 2 seasons of the podcast plus 2 new episodes that we've recorded during this month. There's early access to July 6th Park live event tickets. Those are now public, so you have those even if you're not a patron. But the other special thing there is on July 6th, if you're not in LA and can't go to the live event, we will be doing a Patreon-only July 6th Park celebratory live stream earlier in the day before our show in LA. So that's new information for patrons too. I don't know if you know that. So there will be a very fun July 6th Park thing on our Patreon, plus scripts, plus BTS picks. There's a lot of stuff. There's a free tier. We've been talking about it all month. It'll keep happening. We'll talk about it a little less after June. We wanted to take June to really pitch this to y'all. We hope you consider it. We hope you check it out. We thank you so much for all of you who already have.
It's
what a month.
kept this whole thing afloat and moving forward very confidently. We're going to keep cruising with all kinds of new ideas, new material, and it's just like fully filled the sails again of inspiration and motivation and chaos. We filled up our schedule so much this month. It's been nuts.
Wow, we shot 4 sketches.
Yeah.
Mr. Wuggles asks, is the dog going to play the TTRPG with you? Would love that. We don't have any contact information. I don't want to step on the toes of our director's commentary where we tell this story in great length, but we do not know that dog. People are not going to believe us.
No.
But that dog was the location owner or manager's dog that was never properly introduced to us and just wandered over and sat down during the wine of that thing. We were just go with it, say some stuff about the dog. So, unfortunately, we don't have contact info to get that dog on stream.
However,
and if you'd
I
like to
feel
hear more about
connected.
that, check out Director's Cut.
I feel connected as a character to my spirit direwolf, as portrayed in the sketch. So I do feel a little bit like I could probably communicate.
Yes, and maybe if that's part of... Now, again, we don't know what this is, but if Robert asks one of us to transform into an animal, I think Chris is prepared to warg into Misha, the set dog, remotely.
Yes. Only if it comes up.
If it comes
and it's
up.
Convenient, but other than that, I'll keep my anamorph skills
up.
to a minimal for now.
The
Speaking of sketches, by the way,
yes,
today we're gonna do something very silly and ridiculous. Insofar as sometimes we'll do this, we'll dive into what I like to call Farchives.
Yes,
Shout out podcast.
We did a whole podcast pilot into the Farchives. Check that out. I'll keep plugging the Patreon stuff. That's what this month is about, okay? It's
Yeah.
we gotta be. We're being 200% more shameless than we usually are, and I think it's healthy for us.
And especially as we're bookending this month, I
Yeah.
feel like it just gives us. It's just for all the times we didn't say the word Patreon in these last 20 days. Let's fill the coffers now.
Yeah.
But for what we're wanting to do today, we were trying to think of what would be a fun way to celebrate the end of the month, and then the idea of dusting off a script came up, which was very. It's a fun thing we do sometimes. However, the script in question that we finally decided to read to you all today is one so near and so dear to our hearts that it's a very special occasion. I'm feeling so thrilled that we're about to do this.
I don't know the exact timeline, but I want to say that this sketch coincides with the origin of the channel, right? I think
it comes. It's
before
we even started the channel. I don't know. It's timeless to me. I don't know where and how it existed, but it exists. There's been 8 iterations of it at different lengths. We've tried to cut it down to be okay, maybe it could be a little more manageable to see if it's actually producible. We don't even know if it was funny or not, and it just kind of lived in this amorphous zone.
It was a real tickle ourselves thing. It was just it made us laugh, and for that reason we're excited to finally share with you. Listen, we've read stuff before and then gone but you know what, actually maybe there is something there. So I don't want to say that reading this today means you're never going to see it made into a full sketch,
But you
for
tell
other
us
reasons.
if this is one that ever should exist.
For other reasons. It's not Devil Sticks 2, which Sticks of Devil, that's what I'm thinking of when I say, like, even though we've read sketches doesn't mean we won't make them. Obviously, Chris has agreed. We're obviously going to make it at some point.
At some
point,
indeterminate
that
point.
one's happening. This one, do we jump in now? Do you want to get going with this?
Well, I feel like giving a little just like internal planning here. Are we both going to read it off of the screen that you will have up? Should I be reading it separately on my side? I just want to make sure that pacing.
Oh, whatever's easier for you. I feel like you'll probably have an easier time if you're not waiting for my scroll. I'll scroll to keep up with you for the people at home, but I think probably have your own copy up so you can take your own. Take your own pacing on this.
I'll take my own pacing.
I'll read stage directions for you as well, as my character
I think you're
does
the
not
stage
have
direction.
any lines. I'll read the other characters as well.
Other characters,
but my main character does not have any lines. It's a silent sidekick character, which you might not get the full. This sketch was like just a kind of a bit Chris and I did a lot. So you might not get the, you'll have to obviously it's a table read. You'll have to envision the full performances and the full staging.
I want to say, so we are obviously being a little coy because you haven't seen we haven't put the script up on screen yet. You don't know what the setting is. You don't even know what the bit is. But I do want to say that I remember we had just graduated college. I just graduated college. We were doing like Dorm Life, which is a web series that we co-created with some friends. And there was a lot of like edit sessions over at my apartment in Palms. And then I remember, I want to say you had come over and there was like a real late night kind of like fever dream, up too late, too much edit stuff going on. And then a bit just started to play out in real time.
Yeah.
I want to say
I
would
say Sean Pauling was there. I think this was a Yumi and Sean Pauling bit.
Yeah.
And then it just peeled off into a sketch idea of ours.
Turned into a sketch.
Yeah.
At some point. So obviously you'll have to use some imagination, but just imagine, even though this will be set on, spoiler, a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Theater. Imagine it might be in my apartment circa 2008. Where you can really, really appreciate the nuance, the subtlety of where this originates. Anything you want to describe about your character, Jack? People should be.
Is Bill on drums? Bill on drums is sort of the full character. Just saying, give it up for Bill on drums. That was sort of the full character. So far, this is sounding like when someone is trying to explain an inside joke to me. There's I would say a 30% chance that when we're done reading the script, that is the residual feeling as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's give it a go. Chris, I am 98% sure we have the same copy of this script, and if there's a discrepancy in the middle, it works.
We're gonna go with it. That's
part of it.
That plays. Yep. Here we go.
Let's give it a read, shall we? This sketch is called. Well, we don't need to tell you the title.
No.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Before we get into this, thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you all for all the support on Patreon this month. Thank you for almost 400K subscribers. Incredible. And consider checking out our TTRPG of Save the Watermelon. Without further ado,
here's our main event.
Our main event.
We haven't also read this.
We have not read
this to each other for maybe 8 years.
And
together.
And I did not read this today. So I don't know if there's way more swears in there than we usually would have. I don't know. Whatever.
Give us some leeway on performance too. I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Phone account. I love that you guys are able to create clean, original, high quality videos. It's just really amazing. I think this one is clean. I remember I when I was skimming, there was at least one F word. I apologize. We do generally like to keep it clean. Interior, shoddy cruise ship theater night. Will, 30s, a motor mouth pen type magician, and Bill, 30s, a teller type who's a bit slow. They are on a small. Also, I like that we wrote these as 30s, even though this script has been around since we were 25. But we're like, no, these guys are in their 30s. It'll be clear. We're not gonna comment. I'll stop. They are on a small, lamely decorated stage. A sign hangs above them. Will and Bill, magic brothers are amazing. Will darts around wildly as he tosses playing cards into the air. Bill watches from a stool near the back of the stage, clutching a boombox in genuine anticipation. Suddenly, Will snatches a card out of the air.
And was this your card, sir?
A man in the front row nods, impressed. Bill, smiling huge, hits play, and a lame synth drum fill sounds as lights flash.
Anything is possible if you simply believe.
Can I give you the musicality that I remember us having for that? Anything is possible if you simply believe.
Anything is possible if you simply believe.
Something like that. Yeah. The audience claps.
Thank you, folks. How about a hand for my brother Bill on drums? I want to welcome a couple special guests in our audience. Mr. and Mrs. Fisher, where are you?
Mr. and Mr. Fisher, a young couple, stand up and wave.
Ladies and gentlemen, these two are celebrating their honeymoon on the cruise ship with us today. Excuse me. Their honeymoon with...
Will coughs and coughs. The Fishers look concerned. Bill looks over at him, worried. Will's eyes go wide as he reaches into his mouth. Struggling, he produces a gold watch.
Oh, my God.
Mr. Fisher looks to his bare wrist. His eyes go wide. Hey, that's my watch. The audience erupts into applause. Will is still lost in thought as he stares at the watch. Bill's about to push play on the boombox, but stops to look at Will.
How did that happen?
Will comes to and notices the audience applauding.
Please, everyone, stop applauding. Please stop. I really don't know how to say this, but I actually just coughed up this watch. I mean, for real.
The audience laughs and applauds. Bill looks genuinely concerned.
Just shut up for a second, will you? Okay, I have to figure this out.
Everyone goes awkwardly quiet for a sec.
Mr. Fisher, you say this is your watch?
Mr. Fisher, confused, nods. Will glares at him.
Are you trying to kill me, sir? Did you slip this into my BLT this afternoon to try and kill me?
Allow me.
Or is it all part of the show?
Will smiles, looks over to Bill. Bill smiles and hits the play on the boombox.
Anything is possible if you simply believe.
The audience, getting the joke, smiles and applauds. Will hands the watch to an audience member in the front row.
Pass that back to Mr. Fisher for me, please. Thanks, you guys. Oh, you all were great. I know that was a mean joke, but hey, okay, we get one per show, right, Bill?
Will walks over to his prop box and reaches inside. He waits a beat. The lighting changes. He dramatically pulls up a pair of steel linking rings. He holds one in each hand dramatically to the crowd, dramatically.
The Chinese linking rings, made of cold, hard steel, able to stop a bullet, able to...
Clank. As Will hits the rings together to prove their strength, they suddenly link. He pauses and looks at them, dumbfounded. A beat.
Oh, my God.
Looks over to Bill, then to the audience.
Folks, No. I mean, yes, thank you. But no, that wasn't the trick. Y'all don't understand. These rings weren't supposed to link. Bill, did you switch my rings out? Folks, okay. This is gonna sound crazy, okay? Especially after the bit I just did with the watch, but something really weird just happened here. Okay. So these rings linked. I mean, really linked.
Will bends the rings every which way to show that they aren't coming apart. The audience smiles and laughs.
Okay, I have to be completely honest here. This wasn't the trick. Everyone's seen the linking rings trick, so I was going to play against it and have the rings turn into novelty-sized onion rings. I'm genuinely serious. It was gonna be awesome. But I always set up this trick with two actual steel rings and then do a switch to the two trick rings to follow through with the illusion. But this is really freaking me out. Did anyone get that on camera?
The audience looks around at each other, shaking their heads. Will, dumbfounded, study the rings.
Seriously, no one? Okay. So this is the one time everyone abides by the effing no filming rule. Is this sometime? So the one time everyone abides by the effing no filming rule is when something actually happens up here? Are you serious? Well, that's just great, okay? Because what just happened was all part of the show.
Bill, let's play on the boombox while you're here. The lights go wild on stage for a bit.
Anything is possible if you simply believe.
Will smiles and tosses the ring into the prop box, taking a bow. The audience smiles and applaud.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you should have seen your face. All in good fun. All in good fun. You, sir.
Will points to a confused guy in the front row.
Think of a card. Any card. You got one? Okay, then.
Will stares at him, squatting at the edge of the stage. He does a few showy "I'm looking into your mind" faces. The guy looks back, not amused. Will reaches out and gently touches the guy's temple. Will's hand recoils as if shocked. His whole body goes stiff, and he falls to the ground, shaking. His eyes roll back in his head, and he passes out. The audience member sits uncomfortably. A very long, awkward beat. No one moves. Dissolve to 20 minutes later. A paramedic leans over Will as Bill watches nervously with dried tears on his cheeks. Various audience members are standing and talking. The paramedic waves smelling salts in front of Will's face. The audience gasps as Will leaps to his feet.
Where am I? Oh, what happened? Oh, Bill, what happened?
Bill's too happy to see Will alive to speak. I'm like...
I like that we justify.
Yeah, this time it's because of that.
Yeah.
The paramedic steps back and takes Will's pulse.
The show. Oh my god. That's right. I was in the middle of the show.
Your vitals seem okay.
What? Tell me what happened.
Looks as though you might have had a seizure, sir.
Well, can I still finish the show?
That's probably not a good idea.
Please, it's all I have.
Will looks out to the crowd. The crowd stares back. The paramedic reaches into his bag and produces a clipboard. Okay, I need you to fill out this form stating that I examined you and that you're declining further medical attention.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Will signs the form and hands it back to the paramedic, who starts gathering his things.
Folks, thank you for those that stayed. I'd like to finish the show if that's okay with you. Please.
The audience applauds, impressed, takes their seat again. Will looks to Bill. Bill gives him a thumbs up.
Where were we?
Will scans the crowd, and suddenly his eyes latch onto the guy in the front row. His eyes widen.
Oh my god.
The guy stares back, uncomfortable.
6 of diamonds.
What?
That was the card you were thinking of.
Yeah, are you okay, or...
Was it all part of the show?
The paramedic whips around the clipboard. The release form unfolds into a massive sign reading 6 of diamonds. Bill hits the boombox. The paramedic tears his clothes off and gyrates as Will sings.
Anything is possible if you simply believe. Ladies, check out our paramedic Sean here in the After Hours show. All hands on deck.
Sean bows sexily and leaves the stage.
Wasn't he great, folks? All right, let's keep it going here. I'm sure you're all familiar with the old disappearing handkerchief, right?
People in the audience nod hesitantly. Will dramatically waves the handkerchief around in front of him.
A magician will take a handkerchief in one hand, make a fist with the other, and then he'll stuff the handkerchief into his closed hand with his thumb, and poof,
He stuffs the
it
scarf
will
in his
disappear.
thumb. Will opens his hands to reveal the scarf is gone.
But have you ever seen the trick performed with a live cactus?
Bill holds up a live cactus. Will smiles and turns towards the cactus. Suddenly, a flash of white light comes from Will's thumb. Will stops and looks down at his thumb. He turns his hand in various directions, examining his thumb. Will turns his back to the audience for a second and hides his hands from view. Will pulls off his magic thumb tip, which presumably would house the scarf, but it's empty. Will's eyes go wide. He looks around on the floor and shakes the thumb tip. Nothing comes out. He feels around in his pockets. Nothing.
Oh my god.
Will turns back to the crowd, painting a false smile. Bill, still holding the cactus, looks back in confusion. Will opens his mouth to speak, but instead shakes his head, walks over to Bill, regaining his composure.
Have you ever seen the trick performed with a live cactus?
Will grabs the cactus from Bill. He leans in close.
Did you just prank me?
Bill looks back, uncertain. Shakes his head.
You didn't just take that scarf from under the thumb tip?
Bill, lost, shakes his head. Will gulps and crosses to center stage.
Didn't Mom tell you never to pull pranks on me? You know I can't handle it when the prank is on me. Being one step ahead is my defense mechanism. I can't deal with this stuff right now. Just because she's gone does not mean she's not watching. Okay? You know that.
Bill's eyes well up. Will turns to the audience.
A cactus might seem like a bit of a challenge to fit inside your hand, but if you simply believe, then...
A flash of white light. The cactus
Holy
disappeared.
shit! What the fuck?
The audience applauds. Bill pushes play on the
No,
boombox.
no,
like
Bill, no,
wild.
stop the music. Oh, just stop. Everyone stop. Everyone stop. I'm sorry. I get it, okay? I get it. I've made up this whole boy who cried wolf thing here, but holy shit, that just happened, man.
People,
I get it. I've been a jerk to all of you. I get it. I've been a jerk to all of you tonight with that just happened bits, but like I can't stress enough that just happened.
We're not falling for it again.
I know, I get it, but I'm being absolutely 100% serious here. Did you just not see the flash of white light? How the hell would that happen? I don't have any hidden stage lights in my hands, let alone do I have the ability to hide a cactus in my hand or my shirt. Look, I was just gonna drop it in this bag. But, Bill, no, don't hit play. This is really freaking me out right now. First the scarf actually disappeared, and now the freaking cactus? We must have accidentally unlocked a wormhole or something. We're dealing with something I don't fully understand here. Hank, bring up the house lights.
The house
Bring
lights
up the house lights, please.
slowly come up. The audience is confused. Will searches around the stage, hunting for a wormhole.
All right, everyone. Everyone, the show is over. For everyone's safety, please exit out the back of the theater. This isn't a joke. Please. We're going to have to secure the area somehow. I don't want people to start, disappearing or something.
The audience looks around, mumbling.
Now, everyone, please.
People start to exit. Six of Diamond Guy lingers.
Please, sir.
The guy shakes his head.
Leave.
As he walks to the back of the theater, he turns back and sees Will arguing with Bill. The guy continues past Hank at the back of the sound booth. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. They've never done this before. Something weird's really going on. The guy makes it to the threshold of the door. He looks back again. Will and Bill stare back. The guy slowly closes the door, staring through the shrinking crack. Just as it's about to close, lights and music play. The guy opens the door fully again. He looks at Will.
Anything is possible.
The guy looks over to Bill. Bill pulls his wig off to reveal he's Will.
If you simply believe.
The stage is now empty except for Will sitting on the stool with the boombox. The guy turns to Hank. Hank is now Will.
Pretty good, huh? It was me the whole time.
What? He looks to the stage. It's now empty. He turns back to Hank. Will. Holy shit. I'm not gonna lie. That's amazing. But why did you go to so much effort just for me? The entire audience is gone.
Really? Did you ever get a good look at their faces?
His eyes widen as he remembers Dissolve 2. Text 43 minutes earlier. The entire audience sits around him. Sitting around him and Will. The entire audience sitting around Six of Diamond Guys are Will dressed in different clothes. Back to the theater. Six of Diamonds guy is reeling. Will looks at him concerned.
Are you okay?
The audience member nods, except it's not him, it's Will!
Yeah, I'm okay.
Will is alone in the theater. There's no one. Will turns to the camera and looks directly into the lens.
Anything is possible if you simply believe.
Black.
Well,
there it is. Who knows why we never made it, but we're glad
weird, right?
to get to
we
share
never
it with
made
you in this beautiful way. There we go. That sketch, we didn't want to tell you because it's such a huge spoiler. The title is such a huge spoiler. That's called Oh My God.
Oh My God.
Are We All Just Will? I'll have you know there were many drafts of this. This is a sketch that has bounced around for 7 years, and in multiple drafts of it, there were attempts to make the reveal that you at home were Will, and
Yes.
we were like genuinely went deep down. Like, how do we shoot it so that it looks like we go through the YouTube interface and see you become. It was tough. It was that part was tough. There were a lot of there were endings where Six of Diamond guys goes and lives his whole life, and it's revealed that his young child was Will the whole time, and it's a final payoff. There you go.
It's also just a game of like, I think there was even a point where we were like, oh, do we develop technology? Should we contact YouTube to develop technology that you can have the webcam of the viewer put into a video?
Yeah,
interface?
like take over the webcam.
And at some point we were like, there's a road there that could actually work.
Yeah,
and obviously
very
fully
legal.
believed in the idea
Legal.
well enough that it would justify anyone would want to participate.
Yeah, I guess you have to opt in, and then we'd have it so that, I guess this is now possible. We'd have it so that it's your webcam, but then, some filter. Your face is Chris's face. Pretty doable. That is a crime in the EU. I think this whole sketch would be.
I think so too.
Better title: Crazy Man rents an entire venue. What happens next will shock you. I think that's clickable. That's very clickable, TJPR. Thank you. Well, that's that I want you to know you're now part of. If you've seen this sketch, you're now part of this small snippet of every conversation Chris and I have for the last 7 years when we're talking about what sketches to make and what to schedule and what we could shoot. There's these 30 seconds. There's oh my god. There's always oh my god.
There's always oh my god.
They have a theater there. There's always oh my god.
I mean, there's always my god. There's always oh my god. And then looking at it, it's like such a crazy flip ending that I don't know if it would feel fun to watch.
I don't know.
I think it gets kind of like, it just kind of turns like Fincherian or something like that by the end. Just like, it's a lot.
It's a fun character piece though.
Oh yeah,
cool setting. It has the value of like, when you're reading it, it feels like it's going to be expensive to make because we're in a full theater with a full audience, so like getting all the extras and stuff. But then when you get to the end, you realize, no, there weren't any.
No, exactly. Yeah.
There were never.
So it was
cheap the whole time.
It was cheap the whole time.
Because those were just Chris.
Right.
Okay?
Why would you think that we didn't make this because it was going to be too expensive to make?
Yeah.
You see.
That's
the power of illusion and persuasion.
Yeah. So thank you, because anything is possible if you simply believe.
Yeah.
It
was cheap the whole time.
Anything is affordable if you simply believe. There was a comment that I wanted to comment on. I but that's a fun one. I will say, this was not intentional. But I think a good amount of the oh my god sketch tickle, the thing that was amusing to us about it, a good amount of that DNA found its way into drafts of Save the Watermelon. Check out this transition, Chris.
Oh, come on now.
Save the Watermelon had a very similar trajectory where each draft of it got 4 new twists, and we kept piling on and amusing ourselves with it and seeing where that could go. So, we didn't intend this, we didn't think of this, but fun to talk about Save the Watermelon. And hey, in moments, in a little while, we're gonna pop over to a Patreon live stream and play a Save the Watermelon TTRPG. We're transition machines.
Look at that segue.
We are born to move from one thing to another, such as life.
And that was it was a well-articulated segue, but not a falsified segue. Those are true statements about where the DNA of Save the Watermelon and its
Yeah.
origins of what is reality. Who
And
are we?
who are we?
These are the questions we might answer in the TTRPG.
Again, we don't know what it
is. No
is.
idea.
We don't know what
We
it
have no
is. But we'll be over there playing with Zach Reno, Dom Ferris, Shannon Barry, and Robert Hartley leading the way. So
Any transition is possible if you simply believe. That's correct, Patrick B. That's the catchphrase that we need.
Yeah.
Anything blank is possible if you simply
if you
believe.
simply believe.
Anything is affordable if you simply believe. And you can sing it however you want, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that mine was slightly not consistent.
Which I think was part of the sketch.
Certainly a choice.
I think that was
obviously.
always
Yes.
intended.
Yes.
If this sketch becomes real, will Chris dress up as 200 different people? Yes. That I think would be an important.
For sure.
I think we would have that moment where the realization happens and suddenly the flash images of whatever, and it would be Chris in every single seat holding up a ticket to verify that he was each person in a different outfit.
And heavily costumed, by the way. This isn't just
We're
swapping
not-
out t-shirts.
No, not different blazers here, okay?
No.
Very specific character choices.
Different facial hair too. Real facial hair.
Yep.
So we shoot this durationally.
Over the course of months. Yeah.
Yes.
So we'll have to
maybe I've aged it differently too. So we should probably shoot this over the course of 20 years.
Yep. I think it helps also if we own the sketch. I mean the theater. Sorry. The
Oh,
sketch I
sure.
think we should
Yeah.
own.
We should probably own the sketch.
We should
too.
own the theater. So I think that would be part of it.
Yeah, so we'll do a little, and maybe we should build the theater too for the specs of like what would be best for our camera. So we should probably purchase just some land.
Yeah.
to
I think that's
start.
good.
So join
Hawaii
our Patreon to help us buy
Could
some
be in
land.
July 6th Park.
Yeah.
Martin pitches a sketch title, Everyone Will Believe. Everyone will believe what happens next.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, thank you so much for hanging out. Check it out. We're going to get close to 400K subs. That's super cool. We want to sincerely thank you so much for this incredible Patreon month and all your support. It's been such a blast.
Yeah, we won't be strangers on the other side of this month. We're just probably going to say the word Patreon maybe half as many times as we've said it this month.
But you will. But if you're enjoying hanging out with us on live streams, a small cozy community on Patreon, we do that with them every month. So we hang out, we get to really interact and chat. And the next one will be very soon because we're doing it on July 6th for July 6th Park. So if you want more of that specific element of this Patreon, including especially today, because that's what we're just going to keep doing. We're going to keep doing it right now. So if you want to do it, we're going to keep doing it right now.
Yeah. Are you guys planning to tour July 6th Park to other states in the future? It, at this point, should have a home in every state.
Yeah, I think what I would say to
we're gonna
that,
get it there.
Joseph, is anything is possible if you simply believe. That's what I would
isn't
say.
and everyone will believe.
Yeah.
But yeah, also for those that are randomly in the LA area, come say hi. Come to our party. Come
Dynasty
to the-
Typewriter, which is an
Dynasty
incredibly
Typewriter
cool
for
venue in
July
LA
6th
if you're not
Park.
familiar. Come to July 6th Park on July 6th Park, 10 o'clock. Big,
A week
fun,
from this Saturday.
ridiculous night. A week from this
Yeah.
Saturday that we're
It will be
figuring
very
out
fun.
the show.
Yeah.
We're planning some fun stuff.
Well, thanks to all of you for hopping in to say hi. This will be a short and sweet one. If you want to keep hanging out, we're gonna have a much more epic couple hours. I think.
We
on the
think.
other side. Yeah,
We don't know what it is.
we'll see.
But we're very excited to find out.
Um,
Thank you so much. We'll see you around. Thanks for this
Yeah.
month. Thanks for the everything. Thanks for and Chris, let's celebrate the round number. That was what we were. What our little animal brains can also take a moment and enjoy 399,505 subscribers. That's a nice number too.
There's a roundness to it, but there's also like a rawness to it. If 400,000 is the like studio picture, 399,505 is the indie.
This is our little pre-hype joint, you know?
Yeah.
So thank you so much for being part of that. If you are part of that, if you're watching the stream and are not part of that, maybe be part of that. And check out Patreon and blah, 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 blah. We love y'all. It's been a really fun month. We've really enjoyed taking some more time this month to be hanging out on these streams and on this channel, and we've had a lot of fun. We won't be strangers.
No, if you simply believe.
Press the boombox, play the song.